Hey everyone. Um, this is a tutorial that I decided to make because I couldn't find anything that really put all of this stuff together in one place, and I thought it would be really useful for other people. So, yeah, this is how to extract models from Unreal Games and convert them to Sims 4, or do whatever you want with them. Some people 3D print them, whatever. Um, so I have the links here. I will link them in the description along with timestamps if you want to skip some parts. And for this example, I'm going to be converting this weird looking toy from Life is Strange 2, but you can do this with any Unreal game, obviously. And what else did if you have any questions, just put them in the comments and I will do my best to reply. So yeah, let's just get started. So this is what you'll need to start. First, you'll need Blender and make sure that it's 2.7.0 because this is the version that works with Sims 4 Studio, not the newest one, so make sure you don't get the newest one. And then you'll need Sims 4 Studio. There are like tutorials on YouTube if you need help downloading this stuff and getting the basics down, but this should be fine. And then the main program that we'll be using is UE Viewer. So I'll have a link to that. This is what's going to extract the models and the textures. So make sure you download it. I'll just real quick show you how to do that. Let's see. So you'll want to have WinRAR so that you can extract it, and then it'll be right here. So I'm just going to delete these because I already have it. So I have this right here. So the first thing that I'm going to do is, as you can see, I have a shortcut here. So you'll want to do that as well. Trust me, it will make your life so much easier. Go to your C drive, program files, Steam apps, common, and then pick the game that you're going to use. So I'm going to use Life is Strange 2. So you're going to want to create a shortcut and drag that in here with your U model. I'm just going to delete this because I already have one. So let's open U model. And the first thing you're going to want to do is click these three dots and then click your shortcut that you just made and then select folder. And then you're going to want to check override game detection and click compatibility information. This will load up a chart where you can search. Sorry, I don't know what is happening. Wow, okay, I don't know why I can't search it. Okay, where you can search for whatever your game you're converting from. So in this case, search Life is Strange. It uses UE 4.17. So you're going to go down here, click Unreal Engine 4, and then find 4.17. And you can uncheck light maps, morph targets, and animation because those don't export well. And then click OK. And then this screen will pop up and you'll be here. So it looks a little confusing at first, but what you're going to mainly focus on for this tutorial in particular, we're going to focus on objects. So I'm going to click Enviro, Prom, and then you can pick the episode that you want. I'll just do, episode 3. And then, so if you click environment, this is stuff that I don't think really converts well. I mean, you might want to try it, but I wouldn't recommend it. So mainly what I focus on is the object folder. So in all of these, there's all kinds of stuff that you can see. They'll always be in the model folder here. So as you can see, there's all of these. If we were to click on, that is not what I wanted. That either, like food, there's all of this stuff, or furniture, there's this stuff, nature, just, have a look around. There's all kinds of stuff that you can convert. So I'm just gonna go back to, where was I? I'm gonna close these. Okay, accessory, model, and then I'm gonna find this little alien, toy alien. So when you find what you want, just click on it and then click open, and then you'll see this. It's pretty scary. But all you need to do is click tools and then export current object. So I already have a folder ready, but if you need one, just create a folder. And then here you'll see these options. Just leave these the same and change this to PNG if it's not already, and then export compressed textures to DDS format. You'll want to check that. And then click OK. So now wherever you put wherever you sent it, it'll be here. So in this case, you'll still have to go through all the folders. It's very annoying. But, so what I do is I just take the model and the texture folders. We don't need the material, so I just cut these, put them all the way back here. Let me just toy alien, and okay, so now we're ready. If you click this, you can see this is what the texture looks like. It doesn't look like an alien, that's okay. And then the model is in PSKX format. So to put that into Blender, you will need this importer code, which I will obviously leave linked. All you'll do is, I did this, and then it'll download. I already have it installed, but I'll show you real quick. So if it's in your downloads, all you need to do is open Blender, and File, User Preferences, install from File. I'm sorry about the flickering. I don't know why Blender does this to me, but it does, so it's fine. And then you can find your downloads folder here, and then it'll be right here. I'm not going to click it because I already have it downloaded, but you'll just click install from file. And then you'll want to make sure that when you do that, you go back to user preferences, back to add-ons, sorry about that, and find it here. If you click import export, you'll find it faster. So you want to look for .pskx, yeah, pskx, and make sure that it's checked. Otherwise, it will not work. So now we can close out of Blender because we're done for now. So we can actually close UE Viewer too because we're done with that. And let's go to Sims 4 Studio. So okay, here we go. I already made it once, so here we go again. Okay, you want to find Object and create 3D Mesh. And you can use any similar object to whatever it is that you're converting. As long as you know how big it is in the game, it'll really help you with size references. So in this case, I always use this plant. I just search Fang and then use this. And you can put this into your, okay, here. Okay, so that's your file name. That's what will go in your mods folder when you're done. So you want to click on the Meshes tab and Export Mesh. I always name it Mesh LOD 0. That's 0. Because you'll need 3 LODs. I'll show you how to do that in a second. But yeah, so save this. Takes a second. And when you go back to this, here it is. So you'll want to double click it and this will open up Blender. You can press 5 on your number pad and it will adjust the view so that you can have so that you can see, this is where the floor would be. You can see, and if you hold shift and use your scroll key, you can move around like this. You use your right click, I don't know why that's not working, but okay. If you use your scroll key by itself, you can rotate it like that. And yeah, so that's what this is. So the plant itself is Studio Mesh 1. We're going to end up deleting that, but we want it for now so we can use it for a size reference. And then, so you want the entire mesh to be highlighted orange. And then you'll press, I'm sorry if you can hear my dogs. Then you can press S and drag down to make it smaller. Then you can use these arrows to move it, and you'll want it to be exactly where the plant was. So move it like inside the plant. That looks pretty good to me. And then you can flatten your view and make sure that it's level. You don't want it to be too far under the red line, otherwise it'll sink into the ground or on whatever surface you put it on. So that looks decent. Yeah. And now we can delete the plant and here change it to S4 Studio Mesh 1. And you want to go down here where it says S4 Studio Cast Tools and change the cut number to 1 and press enter. Otherwise it won't show up in SimSource Studio. You can also delete this rig. Yeah. So click on your Mesh 1 and we want to put some textures on. So the first thing you're going to do is make sure that this down here, this little red and white circle, is on texture. Mine already is, so make sure it's on texture. Make sure that you are in edit mode and that your entire mesh is selected again. And click on this checkerboard icon here and click new. And where it says clouds, click image or movie, open texture, and you're going to use D for diffuse. Why does this keep happening? Okay, I don't know why this is doing this all of a sudden, but for some reason it's making me do it twice. So I guess if this happens to you, click somewhere else and then click new, clouds, image, movie, open, texture, D again. Yeah. And then scroll down to where it says mapping and coordinates, and it'll be generated, so you want to change this to UV. So now we have a texture. It's very shiny, so if yours ends up shiny and you don't want it to be shiny, you can go to this, so this little sphere icon and go down to specular, turn this, turn intensity all the way down to 0. And now it's not shiny anymore. Yay, so now this looks like it's supposed to. So save. And we want to fix this shadow, so you're going to resize it just like you did with the toy. You can click this here and change the size. that. Just kind of adjust it. That. Yep, that looks pretty good to me. So save. And if you click back on mesh 1, sometimes you'll want to select your entire mesh, and then over here on these, on the mesh tools, you're going to want to click remove doubles. In this case, there's 0, but sometimes it'll take a ton off, so you'll always want to try it just in case. So yeah, now we can make it lower poly. So poly count is what basically, it's not important, but you want to have a low poly count, especially for clutter objects, because the more you put into a room, the slower your game loads, the more trouble you have, so it's just better to have low poly. So to do that, you can go back into object mode, make sure that your mesh 1 is selected, and click on this wrench icon, click add modifier, decimate, and you can drag this down, but you want to make sure you're paying attention to what it looks like, because the lower you put it, the worse it looks. So obviously you don't want it to look like that. So just do it as much as you can without it, ruining the shape. I'm going to leave it at, here maybe, and then click apply and save. And if you want a reference to what the poly count is going to be, you can go back to SimSource Studio and import your mesh. Ignore that. And you can see right here, polygons 1,332. So that's kind of high for a clutter object, but sometimes, I don't know, I think it's worth it. So I'm just probably going to leave this, but we do want to have the other 2 LODs. So to do that, you're going to do the same thing, click add modifier, decimate, and you're going to want to do it even more. For the second one, you'll want it to still have the general shape, but just lower quality, and that's fine. So click apply, then file, save, copy. Do not save, just save copy. LOD1, save. And then do this a third time, even more. Doesn't really matter what this one looks like, as it's just going to be really, really far away. So click apply, and then save copy, LOD3, save. So now we are done with Blender. We go back to SimSource Studio. This is what we have so far. Go to LOD1, and you'll want to import your LOD1, obviously, and then LOD2, I realize okay, it should be LOD2, but yeah, that's your lowest one. So as you can see, the poly count goes down the lower that you go, which is, normal. Okay, no, I don't know okay. So now you're going to go to texture and import your texture. It should already be in DDS format, but if it's not, you can fix that with paint.net if you want to, or Photoshop, any kind of photo editing, whatever. For your swatches, you can right click and click on this, and it'll take the color of whatever you're doing. Catalog, this is, where this tells the game how to find your object, so I'll name mine South Pine Toy Alien Tutorial. You can put in the description whatever you want, and then change the price. If you click on tags, you can change the color and change the category that it goes in. You'll especially want to do this if you clone it from a plant, because you don't want it to be in the plant category, so you want to go uncheck plant, clutter, decoration kids, decoration miscellaneous, it's good, and uncheck pot and vase. So, we're not done yet. This next part is going to show you how to make it so that your object doesn't look see-through in the game. I learned how to do this from a tutorial from Peacemaker on Tumblr, so I will link that below for credit, but I'll just show you how to do it. So So right here where it says studio, you want to click warehouse and find where it says model LOD. Click that, and then over here, click data, and then meshes, edit items, then click Fong. Don't know what that means, but yeah. And then scroll down until you find material and edit items. So this will pop up with this screen. This part will look different depending on your item, but in this case, I'm going to do this for all of them. I'm kind of new at this, but I think I'll do this. So you go to material, edit items, and then right here where it says SSAO intensity, click that and change this to 0. If this doesn't show up like this, make sure that this is on float, and then it'll come up correctly. Make sure you save, and then just do this again and again. 0. 0. And 0. And for this mesh in particular, I don't know why, but I tested it in game and it ended up really shiny, so I changed all of these to 0. I won't make you look at me do this a million times, but I changed these to 0 and shininess to 0 on all 4 of these, and it seemed to work. So in case you guys haven't noticed, I literally just kind of do trial and error. I don't really know what I'm talking about, but yeah. So the next thing you're going to want to do is stay on the warehouse tab and find where it says DST image, and the one right below it will be this. So you want to click import, and I will link these down below as well. You'll need these. Is a blank bump and a blank spec map. So the first one that you'll use is the bump map, and then the third DST image, you'll use the spec map. And that's it. So now you can move your package file. You can move your package file to your mods folder and test it in game. So and search. And here we are. I have no idea. I cannot for the life of me figure out why. Hold on, this is so wow. I cannot figure out why it's shiny from far away. I've tried literally everything, so if anybody knows, that would be awesome if you could help me. But here he is in all his glory. It's not shiny when you put him indoors though, even if you have lights on and everything, so I don't know what the deal is, but yeah, that's it. That's really it. So I hope that you guys found this tutorial somewhat helpful. I tried to keep it brief, but that's really impossible for me. But yeah, so leave a comment if you need any help. I'll do my best to help you, or at least find a tutorial that might help you better than I can. And yeah, that's it. So goodbye.